Hi, Chris here. We're going to chapter 4, how to put the inside back on this chair. I left it on, the cover on. I'm going to show you how to strip it. There's other options in stripping furniture, and one of the better options is using the razor blade. When you're stripping furniture, the main thing you're concerned about is getting staples out, and most of all staples that are sticking out that can hurt you when you're upholstering the final fabric on the back. You don't want little ends of staples sticking out because they'll cut your knuckles and it's not very comfortable. So what I do is I run my thumb lightly over the area that I'm working with to make sure there's no little nips or staple ends sticking out of the wood. When my daughter was little, we called them, or she called them, ow-ees. Anyhow, a razor blade is one of your best friends in the upholstery trade if you can use it without cutting your fingers off. Always use a razor blade away from any part of your body, so there's pretty much no chance you'll cut yourself. So always cut away from your body. And what I'm going to do here, if you can see, is the staple line is here. I'm going to cut the fabric on the outside, and I'm going to leave the fabric on there. The problem with razor blades, though, if you do happen to cut over a staple, you might as well get another razor blade because they damage pretty easy. Just like right there, I cut over one. But this process makes it a whole lot easier to strip furniture. This razor blade is finished. That's what I'm talking about. I hit a staple and damaged the blade. And you pretty much, I have this strip now, which as you can see is a lot quicker than removing all the staples. And another tip, don't leave your razor blades laying around your shop. Put them in we have a canister where we put them in right away that's closed on the top, sort of like a little piggy bank collection canister, which keeps them away from the kids or away from the floor. When if you happen to be cleaning up and sweeping up, you don't want to sweep up razor blades because you will cut yourself. Yeah, that fabric's off on the back, and you can see why on the front here we left back fabric on while we put the seat on, as in chapter 3 I explained that to you. And the reason that is, you can see right here, trying to tuck your fabric down in underneath on your seat with this cotton here, you're going to end up ripping the cotton down and ruining any padding you might have that you want to use on your outside back. Now, on your outside back you do have some areas here that are kind of thick in fabric. You don't want to leave them thick. See here, at the corner here it's been folded over a couple of times to make a pleat. You got to kind of remove that because you don't want, when you put your fabric, your outside back fabric on, you don't want bumps in there. So you kind of want to clean that up. There's two ways you can clean this up. You can pull the staples out with your dykes, or you can use the ripping hammer that I demonstrated to you in the beginning of this project. Since I can't find my stripping hammer, I'm going to go ahead and remove this these pleats with the dykes. Basically what you want back here is you want a flat surface, so when you finish your project up, you can run your hand over it and feel a nice clean surface. You don't want to feel bumps and potholes and other stuff. You want to feel a nice professional finish. And this is why a ripping hammer is so helpful, or a stripping hammer is so helpful. It's a lot easier and a lot quicker. And again, remove your staples. And remove any bumps of cotton that might be on the back. You want a flat surface to finish your project on. I'm going to take my scissors and clean this up. Now, see, we're leaving some fabric. This fabric is not in the way. And what you might be saying to yourself, well, if you don't remove all the staples, when you start stapling the fabric on, won't you hit the staples and curl them up? Chances are 99% that you won't hit another staple because you're using a fine wire staple, and that's if you're using a staple gun that we sell. It's a fine wire staple. Always keep your work area clean. That's important, so that when you have to flip your chair over and stuff, you don't have staples and garbage on there that might damage the fabric you're working with. We all know fabric is expensive enough. If you give me 1 second, I'll be getting into the rest of this chapter. After we're going to be putting the padding on the back and then the inside back. This is chapter 4. We'll see you in chapter 5. Thanks. Bye.